making sure you're speaking positivity on your life. Your timeline doesn't feed your soul and value your existence as whatever you are, then you need to unfollow some people. Like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dawn. If you're new, make sure you click that subscribe button so you'll know when I post new videos. So I'm moving. If you can't tell by this empty apartment, I would have already moved by time you see this video. And before I packed up my hair products, I'm like, maybe I'll have some half empty products I can like mix together, make some concoction and style my hair with it and see how it comes out. Honestly, didn't have that many products because I decluttered all of my hair products earlier this year, but I did come across some products that I tried before, but I don't think I really like them. So I'm like, okay, let's retry something that I haven't tried in a while. So these are the Jane Carter Solution Love Your Hair Curls to Go. I have the Untangle Me Weightless Leave-In, as well as the Coiling All Curls Elongating Gel. And I attempted to do a twist out. So we're gonna see what this looks like. So the twists are all out and it looks like the definition is pretty good, and I can't see any flakes right now. So let's unravel. So since my idea about mixing products together to make some concoction to twist my hair with, since that idea didn't work, then I decided to let me just talk about my 2020. The like common narrative, what people have been saying is like, oh, this year was rough, like this year sucked, like, oh, let's cancel 2020, like, oh, I'm ready for 2021. Ain't nothing changed. Today is January 1st and nothing has changed since last year. Like, it's all a mindset thing. So I'm just gonna talk about like my 2020 in review, like what I learned, positive things that came out of it, because one thing I did learn this year is like making sure you're speaking positivity on your life and on to the world. Like, if you're always speaking negatively and negative thoughts, then like that's all you're going to see. That's definitely like a mind shift. Like, I'm a like complainer and or like a ranter about like things I don't understand or things that just like doesn't make any sense. So I'm like trying to get myself out of that, and just hearing everyone like complain about 2020 and everything that's going on. Like, yes, I know it's probably hard for some people, but if you're here alive to complain, then you're doing better than 200,000 plus people. It's like, okay, like it could be worse. So look for what positives you have had. So let's see. The beginning of this year, before everything went down, I was a store manager at Abercrombie & Fitch, and the location I was working at, which was right next to the Pentagon, closed, and I had to close down that store, which was like, this was my second store closing down, so that was like a stressful like experience, but I was ready for new beginnings. I started interviewing for home office positions, which was my entire goal of really starting in retail, was to get to home office. And it would be in the next few months. I realized like this is not gonna work. I realized when you're good in stores, then they want to keep you in stores, and you know, this may or may not be true, but this is like my truth. So once the store closed, then I moved to like another location. But once the pandemic happened, I'm like, I don't want to have to go back and be wearing a mask all day, tending to grumpy customers. Like, not all customers are bad, but it just wasn't, like, I was tired of being a store manager. Like, it wasn't feeding me anymore, and I wanted something new. So I decided not to go back and ended up living off of my savings and my tax refund, and for a short period of time, unemployment, until like I officially quit in June, July. Um, in February, I officially launched my vacation rental property. So I accepted my first guest, I believe it was February 11th. Um, and that's been like an exciting kind of like roller coaster, not really, of a journey. I'm pretty good at like adjusting and managing stress. So yes, there was like things that happened that uh, weren't the easiest, were new experiences. I had to get some trees removed. One of the trees hit um, the front deck of the property, and I went with like a cheaper, like, non-real company. I don't even know what to call it. So like they didn't have insurance, so I had to come out of pocket to pay for it. But all in all, like it wasn't the end of the world. Like thankfully, I had guests and people booking, so like I could pay for it. Next time I have to get trees removed, because it is like a wooded area, then I'll definitely go with a professional company. I'll just have to shop around even more to find someone affordable, because they were trying to charge $8,000 to take down like 3 or 4 trees. And I'm just like, $8,000? Like, for what? Like, for what? Like, I don't, like, I understand it, takes expertise, but 8,000? No, 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 no.
Oh, no, 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 no.
But yeah, so that's been a fun experience. I still plan to do another video on like what I learned specifically with vacation rental, um, and like that experience sometime soon. But yeah, back to what I learned and what I enjoyed about this year. I really enjoyed just the freedom to be. Like, having a full-time job is stressful, especially one where you're the like top manager in the location. Like, you get tired of your own name sometimes. And it was nice to be able to just wake up and I only had to worry about what I wanted to worry about, which was some days was nothing. Like, I didn't want to be bothered with like anything, and I could do that. So if you're working now, like if you have a job now, then think about like how you can save money, because buying every new thing that comes out or buying everything that you want is not going to get you anywhere. Like, it's not going to make your life any better. And having that savings is what really gave me the freedom to live my life how I wanted to live it, and I'm so thankful for that. I've traveled more this year than I ever have. Like, I went to Mexico. I've gone home more than I've ever had in my life. I've been home more than I ever have since like I left to go to college at 18. And it's great being able to see my family, even though I don't necessarily want to, live with my parents. It's nice to see them like every once in a while, more than like I could have before. So that's great. And I always did it safely. Like, I don't see too many people here. I have like 2 friends that I hang out with here. And also I went to Mexico. And when I came back from Mexico, I made sure I got tested before I went home. So you can say what you want, but like I'm gonna see my family. Some people are like, oh, I've seen people like, oh, just because you're spending Christmas alone. Like if you're alone, then why not go see your family unless they're not alone, you know? Like, or it's like too many people. Like it was really more so my immediate family, and then like my more extended family, we made sure we wore masks around each other. So we were trying to be as safe as possible. But it's honestly like most people who get it, they have no idea how they got it. So do what you want, honestly. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen regardless. That's how I look at it. I did a abundance challenge. I think this was probably in May or June. And that was very eye-opening and kind of got me into journaling. I haven't journaled much since. Because honestly, I really haven't had anything to, you know, talk about. My life has been I try to minimize the stress in my life. So hopefully that'll be able to carry over once I start my new job. Oh yeah, there are flakes everywhere, and I only use these two products. I didn't use a lot of products, at least I didn't. Out of how I use other products, then I don't think I used that much, but the flakes on me are kind of ridiculous. I went to Mexico like for my 30th birthday, and that was so much fun. The plan was like go out of the country. Like I went out of the country the first time in 2019 to Trinidad and Tobago, and like that was an experience, especially going out of the country with your friends. Like it really doesn't get much better than that, except maybe like your cousins. If you have dope cousins, like I have dope cousins. But yeah, it was a blast. And I definitely want to go more places. My new job is a remote job, so I can work from anywhere. So once I save up some money, I have me an emergency fund, I have money to get my new apartment, then before I move into my new apartment, I may just go on another trip. Well, I guess that was more so like just about me, but possible things in the world. I think people realize like how nasty they were. Like the fact that people weren't washing their hands, like maybe not as often as we were, like we have to now after we touch everything, but honestly, we probably should have been. Like people are nasty. Like people be sneezing and scratching their butts, scratching their balls, and then touching everything. So you have no idea what you're touching when you touch a doorknob. When you touch a box of cereal, you have no idea what you're touching. So we probably should have been disinfecting stuff a long time ago. I think another positive is innovation, like with restaurants and takeout. Like if you can't pivot and figure out how to keep your business going in a situation like that, then you're gonna fail. Another thing people realize like how I don't say expendable, but like really realize how expendable they were at their job. So whatever realization that causes you to come to like, oh, maybe I need to start a business of my own. Like, do I need to, again, like save money so I can have a like security, like a nest egg, like whatever that is, like you probably need to figure it out if you haven't already. But it's like every company you work for, like is not gonna value you how you value yourself. Okay, and we're back. I recommend these. I got these from TJ Maxx. So if you see them, then honestly I wouldn't even buy them. They were $7. Like a lot of body is about $7, and you can use that one leave-in and for this whole style without even using a gel. So those are going right in the trash. So closing out, like what I learned from 2020, what I want to take away from 2020, something positive is like figure out what makes you happy, protect yourself, and like live each day like it's your last. I didn't always do that last one. You have to do what makes you happy. You have to, like, you can't please everyone. Like, if you hate your job, then figure out how you can quit and how you can find a job that you like. If you're in a unhappy relationship, if you're having troubles with your family, like, figure out how to deal with that stuff. But yeah, so I hope everyone takes a look back over their year and try to find some positives that came out of it. We got a new president and the first black vice president. Again, after they get in office, maybe nothing will change. Other things that have come out, like white people are really starting to wake up. Some of them are still asleep. Some black people are still asleep. About like the things that are going on in this country, that has been going on in this country. It's like, but again, if they're not going to value us, then we have to value us. If your timeline doesn't feed your soul and value your existence as whatever you are, then you need to unfollow some people. Like, you need to edit that. Like, there's no reason you should be on social media if you're not being like inspired like by anything. Like, you should not feel bad going on something on your phone. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. So fix that. Like, pray and talk to God. Like, literally, like that has diminished my stress like several notches, just by praying more and going out into the day and trying to be thankful, trying to be like positive versus like complaining about everything and worried about things that I cannot change. I'm trying every day to be a better person in somehow, way, shape, or form, and I still have a long road ahead of me. So we'll see how that goes and see how 2021 goes. But yeah, so thanks again for watching. Before I keep rambling on, so in the comments below, tell me one positive thing that you have realized in this year, or that has happened to you, or you think has happened to the world. And yeah, I'm excited to see what everyone says. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.